In this video, we'll walk through using a custom-sized megatree in your display, and editing the dimensions of the trees in the Light-O-Rama RGBPlus layout, which are 16 by 25, 16 by 50, or 32 by 50 as the defaults. Typically, trees are created with the pixels spaced either 2 inches, 3 inches, or 4 inches apart. If you already have a tree height and base radius in mind, use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the triangle side C, which can help you determine the best total pixel count and spacing for your situation. 2-inch spacing will have 6 lights per foot, 3-inch spacing will have 4 lights per foot, and 4-inch spacing will have 3 lights per foot. You'll find the preview editor inside the Light-O-Rama sequencer. Instead of starting by opening a sequence, you'll go to the Previews tab on the right-hand side, which you can restore if it's missing by going to the Window menu. If you don't already have the Light-O-Rama previews in your list, use the Import feature. If you're only changing the dimension of one prop, you can choose to edit the default preview directly, but it's generally good practice to make a copy of any of the original previews and work in the copy before making changes. You can copy a preview by right-clicking and choosing Copy, then giving it a different name. To edit a prop, you can either double-click on the prop in the preview, or on the name of it in the list. As a default, the 32 by 50 tree is transparent and hiding behind the 16 by 50 tree, but it's still a very real prop in the layout that you can edit. We'll work with the 180-degree, 16 strands of 50 pixel tree in this scenario, which is on the regular network, or network 1 by default. You can change the network over here on the right with this drop-down. The dimensions of the tree are in the middle. If you want to create a 16 by 100 tree, for example, just change the 50 to 100 and press Save. All of the effects will resize for any sequences attached to this preview. After making this particular change, you'll notice that there's now a conflict in the preview. It's because of the star on top, which used to be pixels 51 through 100 of the 16th strand on the tree. Make sure to edit the topper as well. You can either move it to pixels 101 through 150, or move it to a new unit ID entirely and set the start circuit back to 1. Let's look at another scenario with the 360-degree, 32 strands of 50 pixel tree. This tree is on aux-C, or network 4, by default, which you can move to a different network. Keep in mind that the 16 by 50 tree is also on these same unit IDs, but on network 1, so be sure to pick different unit IDs if you move the 32 by 50 tree to network 1 as well. This prop setup uses an extra field in the center. It's defined as 16 strands of 100, but with one fold. This means that the strand goes up and then comes back down, split evenly at the halfway point, which is 50 lights. If we change this center option to 150 lights per port and leave the one fold, this means that we're now creating a tree with 75 lights up that pivot and come 75 lights down. You can change the starting location of strand 1 with this drop-down. The same concept of changing the pixel count can be applied to other props, like the matrix, rooflines, windows, arches, and more. Save your preview after you make all of your edits. You won't have to do the prior steps again in the future. If you chose to make a copy of the preview, there's just one step you'll take with each RGBPlus sequence moving forward. Open the sequence, go to the Sequence menu at the top, and choose Assign Different Preview. Select your copy, and choose to save your sequence with a different name so that you can keep track of which is which. A final note, if you choose to go more than 100 pixels per port on a Pixie controller, make sure to scan for your controller in the hardware utility and increase the number of pixels per port.